The summit is always windy, and it is always solitary. You cannot carry the weight of 100 mediocre friends to the top of the mountain. Greatness requires a certain level of ruthlessness, starting with yourself. Do not fear the quiet of your room. Do not fear the empty seat at the table. That emptiness is space for your vision to grow. Use this time to read the books they won't read, to do the work they won't do, and to become the man they can only dream of being. Stay silent. Stay selective. Stay powerful. Let the world celebrate its noise. You will celebrate your results. Because in the end, the man who can stand alone is the only man who can truly lead. The art of being alone is the art of becoming legendary. Now, go back to your silence. Your empire is waiting. Most friendships are nothing more than emotional crutches. People stay together not because they inspire each other, but because they are afraid to face their own shadows. They outsource their happiness to others, making them fragile. When you master the art of being alone, you build an emotional fortress that no one can breach. You become your own source of validation. If someone leaves your life, the walls of your castle do not crumble. If someone betrays you, it was expected, for you never gave them the keys to your internal peace. This is the Stoic ideal, to be self-sufficient, to be a king in a world of beggars. When you don't need anyone, you can finally interact with people on your own terms. You don't have friends, you have strategic allies. And that, Machiavelli would say, is the only way to truly rule. In the world of economics, value is driven by scarcity. The same law applies to human presence. A man who is everywhere is worth nothing. A man who is always available for a drink, a chat, or a distraction is a man with no mission. By choosing the path of the loner, you create an aura of mystery. Dark psychology teaches us that humans are naturally drawn to what they cannot fully possess or understand. Your absence is more powerful than your presence. When you are socially scarce, every word you speak carries the weight of a decree. While others are out begging for attention, you are in your study, building something that will eventually demand attention. Let them wonder what you are doing. Let them fear your silence. A wolf is most dangerous not when it is howling, but when it is silent in the shadows, watching. Machiavelli once observed that everyone sees what you appear to be, but few experience what you really are. When you surround yourself with a large circle, you are forced to become a chameleon. You adjust your tone, you soften your edges, and you hide your ambitions just to fit in. This is the price of belonging, your individuality. The crowd is the sanctuary of the mediocre. It is a place where deep thought goes to die, replaced by the shallow gossip of the day. Every hour you spend trying to maintain a friendship with someone who doesn't share your vision is an hour stolen from your legacy. High-value people have no friends because they refuse to lower their standards. They would rather stand alone in the cold truth than sit comfortably in a warm lie. When you stop explaining yourself to people who aren't meant to understand you, you reclaim a massive amount of cognitive energy. That energy is the fuel for your empire. The modern world is built on a grand, shimmering lie. From the moment you wake up, you are told that your value is tied to your visibility. You are told that a man without a circle is a man without a future. They call it networking. They call it social intelligence. But in reality, it is often a desperate plea for validation. They want you to fear the quiet. They want you to believe that isolation is a prison. But look at the architects of history. Look at the men who moved mountains while the world slept. They didn't find their strength in the chatter of the marketplace. They found it in the brutal, honest silence of their own company. Solitude is not a lack of friends. It is a filter. It is the fortress where the high-value man sharpens his mind, while the masses dull theirs in the pursuit of being liked. Today, we strip away the social delusions. We are going to explore why having no friends is not your weakness. It is your ultimate strategic advantage. So, the next time someone pities you for your lack of company, smile. They are looking at a fortress and calling it a ruin. They see a man alone and assume he is lost, unaware that he is the only one who truly knows where he is going. The world belongs to those who can endure the silence. Your throne is not built in a crowded hall. It is built in the quiet corners of your own discipline. Stay silent. Stay selective. Stay superior. The art of being alone is your crown. Wear it. The hardest person to spend time with is yourself, because you cannot lie to a man who is alone. In the crowd, you can hide behind a joke or a drink. In solitude, you are forced to confront your flaws, your fears, and your unfulfilled potential. This is why most people flee from isolation. They are terrified of the person they see in the mirror. But the high-value man embraces this confrontation. He uses the quiet to perform surgery on his own soul. He cuts away the weakness, burns out the hesitation, and sutures the wounds of the past. By the time you emerge from your period of isolation, you are no longer the man who entered it. You are sharper, colder, and infinitely more dangerous. You have faced the enemy within and won. What could a mere social circle possibly offer you compared to that victory? Attachment is a liability. Every person you call a friend is a potential point of failure in your strategic defense. They possess your secrets, they know your weaknesses, and they hold the power to disappoint you. The dark reality of human nature is that envy often masquerades as friendship. When you begin to climb, those closest to you are the first to feel the sting of their own stagnation. By maintaining a solitary path, you eliminate the threat of the Judas. You are not being cynical. You are being professional about your life. Treat your social life like a high-security vault. Only those who have proven their absolute loyalty over years of trial deserve even a glance at what's inside. For everyone else, the door remains locked. This isn't loneliness. It is elite gatekeeping. Analyze the noise around you. Most conversations are echoes of echoes. People repeat what they heard on the news, what they saw on a screen, or what their neighbor whispered. This is the social noise, a frequency designed to keep you distracted from your own inner voice. Machiavelli understood that a ruler must first be a master of his own mind before he can master others. When you are constantly surrounded by friends, your frequency is tuned to theirs. You begin to think like them, speak like them, and eventually fail like them. Isolation is the ultimate noise-canceling tool. It allows you to hear the gears of your own ambition turning. It is in this profound silence that the alpha mind is forged. You are not missing out on the conversation. You are transcending it. While they discuss the weather, you are discussing the future of your bloodline.